Discussion? Favoring? Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, under matters held, item 50, wait a minute, 48, that this was, okay, item 48 is a recommendation from the purchasing agent. Is there a motion?
Move. Second.
Discussion? Favoring? Opposed? Carries.
Okay, item 49 is also a recommendation from the purchasing agent. No motion was made. Is there a motion?
Move. Second.
Discussion? Favoring? Opposed? Carries.
And in item 50 is an ordinance.
Discussion? Councilmember Bradford.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. Just wanted to comment on this item that last week there was quite a bit of discussion surrounding this particular item, and I have done my research, and I think that it is an item that's worthy of support. In addition to that, the one concern that I was able to locate in my due diligence indicated that it appears that in some instances the city still lags behind in paying the prime contractors, and to the extent that we can ensure that the city pays the prime contractors, we have a kind of a goal or a benchmark, I believe, of 45 days of trying to pay prime contractors. And it's clearly understood that from time to time things are going to occur and the city is simply not going to be able to meet that 45-day time period. And it appears that in part this particular issue that brought some of the discussion to the table last week had little or nothing to do with the primes here. It had to do in part with a delay in one of the primes receiving its pay from the city of Houston. As I said, that's going to happen from time to time, but it looks like the companies involved have done a good job providing services to the city of Houston, and they have a pretty good track record of meeting their goals and also paying their subs. I want to say that to try to clean the record up from last week. There was kind of detailed discussion last week that would lead people to believe something else was going on other than the fact that there may have been at best a delay in the city paying one of the primes, and that will happen from time to time. So to the extent that we can stick to that 45-day time period, we should do that, and I strongly support this item. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember, and thank you for clarifying some of that. There was some misinformation at the last council meeting. Councilmember Burks.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, Council. I just wanted to speak on this also, and just to say that in doing my due diligence to check and to see, there was some answers were made. They were good answers. I would say this, that when we see the RCA as we see it at this point and see the MWB participation, it looks like the MWB participation is low when it's really not low because the prime has not been paid on time to be able to list what is happening. And that gives us a different impression here at the table because we're not privy to that information unless we go in to do our research. And so this is one of those things that has happened, as my colleague to my left just said. Also, but what I would like to see to keep the confusion down is when we list the number of subs on the contract, and you have 3 primes, Mayor, is that we are able to show that the subs who were working under those primes, it gave me the impression, and probably others, that all of these subs were working for all of the primes, 3 primes on this particular item. And that's, well, when you list them all together, not underneath their primes, then you have that impression. So what I'd like to see is just a breakout of a prime contractor and the subs working underneath, so that then we can see that at that point, because it could be confusing. Thank you.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mayor. And I just too want to concur with what Councilmember Bradford mentioned earlier. I did do some research on my own and found the same answers that he so very well articulated. The other thing is that this company, AT&T, pretty much got dragged through the mud last week, and I can tell you from District I point of view, they've been very supportive of District I initiatives, most recently the Student Park community. And some of the information I heard also was that this may have started with a disgruntled former employee. So we just have to be mindful. Sometimes there's two sides to every story, and then we have to check the facts and make sure that we do our due diligence in our council before we start going after a particular company. But I'm very comfortable with this item here, and hopefully we can go to that. Thank you.
Yes, Councilmembers, I hope we can move forward. Councilmember Adams.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to, just to say, last week there were comments made, and I think that after everyone has did their due diligence in finding out information on both sides, is that I think that in future, that we need to make sure that everything is disclosed. I mean, everything is timely, because when there's things that are not timely, then it affects what we're doing for moving forward. So I commend the administration and everybody for providing the direct answers, because what we had on the previous RCA was a date of June 20th. And if you all will go back and look at your RCAs that we received on the first date, it was June 20th, and it did reflect some discrepancies on MWE participation.